Okay, so let's get started with our teacher appreciation card paper craft making projects. Um, Today I'm just using some designs that are actually in the Cricut design space, and there are templates in there. The first one I'm going to start off with is the pencil gift card holder. And I've already cut everything out so that I'm ready to go, and I don't have to take the time to do that on here. So I've got the outside of the envelope. We've got the inside, which has the pencil. And we have the two sides of the eraser that goes on the card, one on each side. And then, of course, our pencil always has a kind of a metal strip around it. So we've got that piece there that would go alongside of it. And we've got it for the back side as well. And then on our pencil, we're going to have a tip. And of course, you have the, I guess, the wooden part of the pencil that before you get the tip, that'll go on both sides of that as well. So we'll just begin assembling our card using these pieces. I see I need to get my glue handy. I like to store my glue actually upside down so that the glue is always ready to go. So I think we'll start with the inside of it by attaching the what would be the wooden piece to the pencil tip. So we'll go ahead and take the glue and just, and I'm just using some Hobby Lobby glue. It's Aleena's Clear Gel Tacky Glue. And you don't need a lot of it. Just kind of run it along there and get what you need. And then attach it. So we'll do that first piece, and we'll make sure that we line it up with the black pencil paper. And if you have a little bit on there, just kind of run your finger across and clean it up. Just going to get it real good and lined up. And you can see it's starting to look a little bit more like a pencil. And so then we'll take the other side, the back side of it, and we'll do the same thing. Make sure that I have my glue ready to go. I'm actually running low on glue, and I'm going to have to probably get some more of this clear glue. It's going to take a minute. I'm going to shake it a little bit and just put a little bit on there. We could also use my my little glue runner thing that I have, but for now we'll just go ahead and use this. And we'll go ahead and line that up, and we'll get that attached. And then if you have any glue on there, I also have one of those little glue eraser pieces that we can use to kind of clean the glue off. I'm going to get my tape strip out in case we want to use it. And get ready. So that looks kind of like a pencil. And then you'll see it has a little insert, so you can put like a gift card in there if you want to do like a Starbucks gift card, or Dunkin' Donuts, or anything like that, even a Hobby Lobby, so they can go and get their school supplies. So that's that part. And then I think we'll go ahead and attach the eraser and the... Okay, so now, like I said, I think we'll go ahead and attach the eraser to the outside of the actual card envelope. So I'll do the same thing. I'm going to use my same glue for that, and I'm just going to kind of spread it around there real lightly, trying to be real careful. Don't need a lot of glue because it should attach just fine. And then making sure that I get that lined up there very carefully. And just align that, and then kind of push that down. Clean up any edges that you need to. Make sure you have it aligned up quite well, like that. I think that looks pretty good. Flipping it over, looks like we can kind of move it this way just a little bit. And then we'll take the piece that is the silver piece that separates the eraser from the actual pencil. So we'll go ahead and attach it, get it attached right where it'll line right up next to the eraser. So we'll just line that up, give that a little push down. And I'll mention to you that I just used a light gray, and then a pink for and then the yellow, and then I used the blue Geode fine point Cricut maker for the thank you writing. So I just put that in there and use that and let it do its thing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the back piece, and I'll just do it while it's laying flat here, just like this. We'll just do it just like we did the front piece. Using our glue. I've got my glue here, and I'm just going to glue it. Nice and easy, kind of spread it out, not to make too much of a mess with it. And then stand my glue upside down so that it rolls to the bottom. Since I'm getting low, I don't want to have to fight the glue to come out. And putting that on there. Okay, so I've got that attached on there, and then I just need to do what would be the silver piece to the pencil again. Just like I did before, very simply. And then attach that. And I think that looks super cute, looks like a pencil. So then what we need to do is just, this has already been scored. We have the score line from the Cricut there, and I use the just the scoring tool, not the scoring wheel, just because that's what I have and it's real simple. So it was scored there and scored along here and here to create the pocket. So I've already got them kind of bent in and ready to go. So now what we need to do is just kind of fold them down. And then just add a little bead of glue along that lip very carefully. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm new to this videoing, so I'm trying to get started on that. So I'm just going to run it along there very carefully, trying to stay, for the most part, away from the edge so it doesn't bleed through on the actual pocket. And then I'm just going to push it down and push that down, and then kind of pull it together and rubbing off any excess glue. I actually have some of those dollar store clips. I'm going to reach over here real quick and grab them, and then I'll use them to help secure the glue. So I have these that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to clip them so that it'll help it to get a good glue on that. I'll just put 4 of them on there and just kind of let them dry for a minute. And so we've got our pencil, the front and the back, and we'll just let it dry for a little bit. Looks like I could put a clip on here and help that to stay down as well. So we'll just let that set and dry for a little bit. Okay, now I've got my clips removed, and I've got it to where it kind of adhered nicely to both the front and the back. And so we've got our thank you sign with our eraser and our little metal piece there. And then we've got our pencil that just slides inside there. And so you can see, you just put your gift card in there, you just slide it in and out very nicely. It makes a cute little pencil. I think that's adorable. I think any teacher would enjoy getting it. And then with the lines on the back, you can put to Mrs. whomever your teacher is, and then from, and do that. But I think it's super cute, super easy. Like I said, pencil gift card holder template in Cricut Design Space. It's already there. It's set up for you, easy to use. Quick way to throw together a teacher appreciation card. Super cute. I love it, and I hope you'll enjoy seeing this and maybe making one yourselves. Please comment if you've made one, or if you're going to make one, send me a picture of it. Thank you. Okay, so our second teacher appreciation card, I chose to use the Jukebox Card, which is a little, I guess, non-traditional for a teacher, and I kind of modified it a little bit. I think the original one showed it saying "You rocked," but I went ahead and cut everything out, and I kind of laid it. There's quite a few layers for this card. So I kind of laid it in order so that I would not confuse it. But I originally printed out an extra one of the inserts blank, because I thought I would maybe put some vinyl or something on that. And then I decided that I'd go ahead and use my Cricut marker and just put Teacher's Rock. So that's how I modified it to make this be a teacher appreciation card instead of just a jukebox, kind of a you rock type card. And you can see as I cut this out, some of the pieces didn't come straight off with my Cricut mat, so I'm going to just use my Cricut tool and pull out some of those pieces that didn't come out. So they pop out real easy. It cut very nicely. I think I used intricate design, cardstock for intricate design on some of these pieces just because they were a little bit more intricate. And I find that you get a better cut with that if you do use the intricate design feature on that. So you can just use your Cricut tool and just kind of pop them out and get them all out of there. Is what you can do. This will actually be the last piece that we'll put on, because I find that the more cuts they have, the further along in the design that it is. Usually you start with a piece that has the least amount of cuts at it and then build off of that when you've got layering. That's typically how it works, I have found out. But anyway, this is very simply, like I said, you can go right into your Cricut design space and type in Jukebox Card and do a search, and you'll find this card. I find myself personally, I like more of the layered cards, more of the intricate cards. I do have the new Cricut mat that you can do the real quick insert cards, but I just prefer cards that are a little bit more intricate than that. And I find the mats, those new mats are real sticky, and you have a hard time working with them, I think. I just honestly need to do a little bit more practicing with it. But honestly, I do like cards that are more layered and have different colors, and I like the pop-up cards and stuff like that. So there, I basically just kind of cleaned that out, got all of that out of there. There's another little piece right there. So then basically what I've done is I've just laid it out in the order that it should be assembled. So here's basically the card piece. And it looks like it's, I've got the scoring there that needs to be scored. The machine scored it, I just didn't bend it yet. So there's the bend, right like that. And then according to how I have it laid out there, it looks like I need to assemble the actual pink piece first. And the reason why I say that is there's less cutouts on this piece than some of the other ones. And typically the ones with the less cutouts are more toward the bottom of the design. That's what I have found as far as I can tell. So anyway, to make this a little bit easier, not mess with the glue, I think I'm going to use this AdTech Crafters Dot glue runner, and I get this at Hobby Lobby, and it works really well. You just kind of roll it along there, and you can kind of hit it along there, and then just run it real quickly, and get all your areas that are going to stick up. And this has several layers, so I'm not going to use any pop-up stickers or anything, because, like I said, there are just several layers to this card, as you can see. So I'm just going to try and line it up very carefully with that. And that dot glue runner just works great. I mean, it just puts it down there real easy. And you can just flip it over and just run it right on there. And that's what I'm going to do. Just trying to run that on there so you can see. I'm just going to run the runner again real quickly. And you can even go over real small areas, and it'll just pick up whatever you're running. With the fine ones, you have to be careful that you don't pull too hard and rip your fine small pieces like the edge of that jukebox there. And then you can kind of just run across there, and it just makes it a real quick, easy way to glue it on there. And then just line up that next piece and try to get it lined up as close as you can to the line, so that you're layering. So far that looks really cute. I like it. I think it looks really cute. And then I think our brown piece will go next. Sorry about my arms reaching across there to get it, but this brown piece will be our next layer. I see I've got a couple more pieces that didn't pop out, so I'll just pull them out. Just clear them out with my Cricut tool. Oh, there we go. Just keep pushing. There's some real intricate pieces there as well. I kind of followed the same, I think, collar pattern that the Cricut Design Space was showing for this particular design. I don't always do that. I do a lot of pinks and blues and stuff like that, but I thought, well, this would be kind of different. And I'm trying to use up my scraps too. I've got a whole bunch of scraps, and I'm just really trying to use up scraps. So I tried to do that with this, and so that was real handy. I always try to start with my scrap pile first, because I try not to waste. I want to get as much use out of it as I can. So I'm just going to layer this brown on top of that and lay it down just like that. Push it down all the way. It's looking pretty good, I think. I think Just need to push it down a little bit more. I think we're coming together quite nicely. And then we have this outer gray piece that goes on there. And I think it's going to be really cute and colorful. I know a lot of people probably, we're doing this for our church that are taking donuts. I may or may not have said that already. And a lot of people will probably just buy cards, but I make a lot of cards. I have a little card ministry where I send cards to people in the church when they're sick or, you know, if they have babies or they've moved to a new house or whatever. I try to send people cards, and so I make a lot of cards. So I have a lot of scraps and stuff that I can use. But I was excited when they said, "Oh, we want you to make cards so that we can take them to the school to the teachers along with the donuts." So I thought, hey, that's something I could do. So I cut all these out in advance, and I thought I would just assemble them on the video here. So there's that. I think that looks really cute, very colorful. I like it a lot. I think it looks neat. Then there's the inside actually has some design too, so we'll just go ahead and flip that open, try to lay that flat. And the inside, like I said, has some design. And like I said, you always start with the one that has the less cuts in it, which that one would be less than the gray. As you can see, there's a little bit more intricacy in the gray. So I'll go ahead and lay the brown down first. And we'll do this. I'm going to use the tape runner just because it's the dot runner, just because it's a lot easier. And I've got my mat underneath here so I can just clean up any overlines that I have. Looks like I got a little on the bottom there, but it won't matter because I'm going to put another piece on the top of it. So just trying to get it lined up right. That looks better. That looks a lot better there. See if we can get that lined up and then just push it down. Looks pretty good. And then I've got the gray piece that'll go on top. So I'll just do the same with it. Oh, I see what's happening. It's sticking to my table here, and that's why I'm getting it on the other side. I'll just move over a little bit. Okay. Put this on here. I'm sorry if I'm out of frame. Like I said, I'm pretty new to videoing. I make a lot of cards, but I don't video a lot. I thought I'd just give it a try, get started with that. So I'm going to give that a whirl. And we're going to line this up, trying to line it up with these 3 dots on the side and at the bottom, of course. And then just kind of run my fingers along it. So that's kind of like the inside of it, like that. And then the shows through there. So that's that. And then, like I said, the actual design space has the insert, the pocket insert says, you rock. But I just clicked customize on that, and instead of, it looks like maybe they even hand wrote that you rock on there, so it must have been plain, but I used the customize button so that I could put you rock on there. And then I just used the fine point black Cricut marker to do that. So just folding along the score lines. For this, I'm just kind of doing it in front of the camera, but I have a pretty good straight edge on the side of my desk, and it's a lot of times I'll just line my fold right up on the edge of my desk and just use it to make the fold. But it's already scored, so I'll just do it right here so that you can see it. And then that's designed to go right inside of that, just like that. So we'll just go ahead and continue using the dot runner for that. We'll just run it along the bottom of that. I have to move this up so you can actually see what I'm doing. I need to pay attention to I'm sorry about that. My camera just did a little shift. I must have bumped it or something. So I ran the dot runner on that. And then I'm just going to try and line it up very good on here. Get it lined up. Make sure it's good and straight. Push it down. And then we have that. So I think that looks really cute. You've got the jukebox. We've got Teachers Rock. And then we also have, what came along with this was like a little disc, a CD or whatever you want to call it. I guess a CD that will slide down inside there. So just want to join those two together. In fact, I think I'll flip it over so that I make sure I stay within the gray and don't get any of the white area that maybe isn't supposed to be glued. And then just try to line this up real carefully to where we have our white center. And we've got our disc, and you could even write, a song title on that if you wanted to. and then just slide that inside there. And you can sign your name to it. And there we've got a Teacher's Rock card. Isn't that cute? I think it's really cute. I like it a lot. And then it also had, the Cricut Design Space had a envelope template for it too. So basically just fold along the scored lines, just like you would any other card envelope that you're making. Just fold along there, fold it up. And then because this card is so colorful, it also has a more colorful flap for it. So the flap that would go on this is pretty colorful. And of course it has the score line there, so we'll just fold it on the score line very carefully, like that. Just fold that right up. And then we'll insert it right inside there where it goes. Let's just do that first and then we'll fold it down. Actually, I see I missed a piece, so we'll come back and do that. I'll go ahead and get this done so that we have our flap. So I'm going to put our teal colored flap. Like I said, it's a real colorful card, so I guess we want our envelope to be somewhat colorful as well. So I'm going to have to push that down. Drop to my pencil. And then we'll just work on these flaps here, and we'll just fold this down. Just add 2 layers on that, if you can see that. And then I'm going to add 2 layers on this. And then we'll just push it down. Okay. There we go. I see like that. So that is ready to go. It's a nice, cute envelope that we can use with it. Get some glue on the bottom there. And then I see that we had one more piece that I failed to attach to that. It was the first one that I started off with when I was weeding out the extra stuff. I set it aside, and so then I missed it when I was finishing that up. But this will just be the final piece for that, and that looks really cool. So we'll get that lined up real good. So I'll go ahead and put some dots on here as well. We'll get this thing attached. Glue dots. Some of those finer pieces are a little bit harder to get, but we'll go ahead and try and get that lined up real carefully. Just want to get a little off. Oh, there, that's really cute. Well, that just finishes it off. Okay, so there we go. We've got our card. We've got Teacher's Rock, and then we've got our matching envelope that goes with it. Super cute. Okay, so our next card, our third card, is actually the same thing, Cricut Design Space, easy peasy. Just go in and select Balloon Bouquet card. And this card, like I said, I'm doing this for teacher appreciation. This card is actually in the system as a bonjour card. This is how it was originally made, but I thought this was something that could easily be, customized to be a thank you card. So basically what I did was cut everything out in advance. And the balloons actually were, just plain paper. But the design did have some embossing on there. So I did want to do some embossing on that. And I have the Spellbinder 6 machine. So I was able to I decided that I would use a couple of my embossing folders for that. So I did use the Spellbinders embossing folder like this to do a couple of my balloons. And I took 3 of those balloons and just run them through my Spellbinders embossing and use that particular embossing folder. And then I decided to use, and that was the Optical Arches one that I used for that. And then for the other 3, I used the Geo Screen Spellbinders embossing folder and just ran it through to give them a nice little pattern on the balloons, just to make some additional added interest to it. So that was kind of fun. So basically, this card's pretty straightforward and simple. I'm going to leave it laid out flat, but basically they've got, Design Space has got the balloons cut out to where, you just put them to where the top and the sides. So we'll just start gluing that on there and get started on it. So I'm going back to the glue this time. So I've got the glue, and I'm just gonna flip it over, and it's gonna line right up with the edge of the card. You may not be able to see, I guess you can kind of see it on there. on the camera, but I'm just going to line it right up to the edge of where I'm going to fold the card, and it's going to go right there. And then this orange one has been cut to go at the top of the card like that. So that's how it's going to go, just like that. So we'll do that. Just put a little glue on it. I'm just going to glue some glue along the edges. Don't need a whole lot. This glue is pretty good and pretty tacky. So just get the ends and kind of go through there and get that. I always set it in my little glue canister upside down so that I want to get it lined up on my line there. So I'm trying to see where my line is. Just wipe off any excess glue you've got. Just kind of lay it on there. So we've got that. And then the green one's actually, you know, same thing, kind of cut to where it'll go right on that side of the card. So super easy. I mean, if you don't have time to really think or plan out a card design, oh my gosh, there's so many options in Cricut Design Space that if you've got Cricut access, you can just go right in and get it. It's definitely worth it. I think it's worth it just for the fonts that you get and the discounts that you get on the products. I love to get the different products, and you can get, I think it's a 10% discount that you get for having it. So I feel like it's worth it, especially if you've got the Cricut. And this one was actually going to go right underneath that. So I'm just going to lift it up and slide it underneath there a little bit. Just to kind of, and then we'll just lay that one back down so it lays nicely there. And then this one, it's going to go up in there like that. Do it just like that. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over. Give it a little bit of glue. I had a cut there. Must have cut a little extra there. And then kind of pull it down like that. I'm going to clean off any glue that we got on there. Just kind of touch it up. And then I've got the last one, which is the pink one. And we're going to do that. And just line that up like that. There we go. All right. And then this would be our next piece that we would put on there with our sentiment. Just dusting off the extra glue that was on there. Just kind of put that on there, and our sentiment would go on there like that. But I'm going to add strings to my balloons. So I'm going to grab the strings and we'll put them on, and then we'll put the sentiment, the card piece, and then the sentiment on top of it. Okay, so now I'm just making the little strings for the bows and just kind of taking it and making a little bow. It's easier if you start off big and then just bring them down little, because it's hard to make a tiny little bow. So I'm just making them big, and then I'll just tighten them up and then shrink them down. And then I'll just cut this off. Well, or I'll mess it up. Try that again. Tighten that up. Nice little bow. This is just some string that I get from Hobby Lobby. I've got it in a lot of different colors. I had used it with some bead making. I was doing some boho crafting, doing some little tiny little dream catchers, and I was using this for that. So anyway, then we're gonna put it on each one of these. Actually, I think this needs to go on this higher one, and then it'll kind of dangle down, and then we'll have these for the others. We'll just kind of lay them out. Probably trim that one down a little bit. Lay that on there. And I got a little shorter one here. I'm gonna actually trim this one down too. And lay that on there. And then we've got another couple more. that one on there. And then I've got one here for the little one. And so what I'll try to do is just glue each of them to that, and then glue the bottom down where we'll have a string. So I'll put just a little bead of glue there. Glue that down. Hot glue might work better for this. I'm just going to glue all these down, and then I'll work on the bottom where the sentiment goes. That way I can line it all up just right, but try and get them glued down. I may have to use some hot glue on it. I'm not sure. I'm going to give it a shot with this, and we'll see how it goes. See how they lay. I think I'll do this one first and then the one above it. Kind of get that pressed down. Tuck that in. I guess they can go kind of any way. They can be leaning different ways or whatever. Whatever you decide you like. And then that one. Just a couple more. If you hot glued them, you could probably really make them lay exactly how you want them to. I'm just going to give this a shot. And then we'll put this one. Do the same thing. Kind of put it at an angle. And then I'm going to let it glue a little bit and come back to it, and then trim these up and then lay this across. Design Space actually has the ropes going clear down to the bottom of the card, but I don't think I like it like that. I think I'm going to modify it a little bit and just kind of tuck them underneath here like that. That's what I think I'm going to do. So I think I can kind of clip them down a little bit. Just do it all at once here. See if we can get them all to kind of lay down there. Like that. And then kind of lay it. This one's kind of needs to go down a little bit more. That one's a little bit too long, I think. Do that. Tuck that one in like that, and then we'll put our cinnamon on. Okay, so we'll work on that. So I'm just gonna move this up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Take my, I don't know if the lighting is changing in here or if it would help to have some lighting on. That helps a little bit, I suppose. And like I said, I'm running out of glue. I'm going to use the glue on this since I have all these cores. I just want to run it all along the bottom there. If I can get my glue to come out. It's going to be a booger. All right, we're going to switch to another glue. I've got one that's open here. This is more of a white glue, but I think it'll come out. Yep. There we go. So I'll just run that along there. That was kind of messy, but try and tuck these all in. Real nice and neat. Get them how I want them. Oops. It's going to come off. Yeah, I might need some hot glue on that. Just try and get that leveled up. Like that. And then just about ready to put our thank you on there. So we got that. Okay. I think I'm going to go back to my little runner for that. That way it won't be real messy, because you can kind of control that dot runner better than you can the glue sometimes. So I'm just going to kind of run that dot runner right across there. Oops, this is what I mean when you have to be careful that you don't, on that, when it's real thin like this, you want to be careful not to tear your thin, kind of run it across there without tearing it. And then cute thank you card as opposed to the Bonjour card that it was in Cricut's Design Space. We just modified that. Super easy. This is some real basic card making, but now we've got the thank you, so we can just fold it now. Just fold it along the perforation there. Oh, I didn't do a very good job with that. I'm gonna have to fix that, yeah. There we go. Let's see, line that up a little bit better. There we go. And then fold it. I'm gonna have to fix this one here. I've got this other glue out now, so I think it'll come out easier and I could probably fix it. That white glue will actually dry clear. I've used it a lot and it will dry clear, so it'll be okay. So there's that card. Now, this card in Cricut Design Space did not come with a envelope, so I'll have to measure it out and make an envelope for it, but I wanted to go ahead and show you just another teacher appreciation card that I was making. So there's that card. I hope you like it. Okay, the next card we have is another Cricut Design Space, and it's called Donut Worry. And I've clipped these together just because you have to line these up perfectly after you cut them out so that you get all the colors and stuff. So I kind of clipped it on there just to kind of help me out for the video. But what's interesting about this is it's a Donut Worry birthday card. And the inside says Donut Worry. And then on the inside it said, I would never forget your birthday. But since I was trying to come up with some teacher cards and we're serving them donuts, I thought it'd be funny to make this Donut Worry card. We love our teachers, so I cut that out. So we'll just assemble that. I see a couple pieces didn't pop out, so we'll use our Cricut tool to fix that. And then for this one, it does have a nice little envelope template. So we'll be making an envelope. And it's got the sprinkle cutouts on the envelope flap, just like it does on the card. So we'll pull some of those pieces out and we'll do that. But we're just going to assemble this real quickly so that we have it. So anyway, we'll just start with the donut. I've kind of got it lined up, tried to line it up to where we can get them to where the colors show. All right, so we'll just use the, again, we're just going to use this dot glue runner from AdTech, and we'll just run it through there where the holes aren't. Kind of getting close to it so it won't have big gaps or anything like that. So we'll just freely use this. And then we're just going to line it up to where we have these circles lined up with these holes here, because it's for that purpose, because the card is actually got a blue background, and so the blue will show through where those holes are. Right now you can see my desk space. So we'll do that, and then it'll go on there like that is how it'll go, but actually on the front of it is how it'll go. So then I'm just trying to keep them even, so I'm just going to lift them up. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 collars here. So this one will be a little bit harder to kind of line up because it is, or to stick, because it's got the glitter on there, but I thought that'd be kind of fun to have the glitter on there, so I did that. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and run the tape pieces through this and then stick it. And I'm trying to keep them together because I know it's kind of hard to line it up to get all of the sprinkles and then the holes. It's the holes that are the tricky part, to kind of line them up. Actually, if I take these two off, I think I can line it up better, so I'll just do it like that. And I can line it up better and then stick it down, and you can see my holes are lined up, and that's where it'll show through. And then our next one is going to be the yellow one, and it's going to line up like that. So I'm going to go ahead and run my tape runner on it and get it going. I've actually used this card once before. I actually did this for my daughter for her birthday card. I thought it was funny because she's actually is a trooper, and you know what they always say about cops and donuts, so I thought that was kind of cute and funny. But so I thought we could modify this quite nicely to be a teacher appreciation. So I want to make sure, yeah, I've got that lined up good. I just wasn't sure because I could see my desk through it. Whoops, there we go. Okay, this is my first video, so I'm gonna have all kinds of problems and mess ups, and It's going to be funny. Did I get that one? The yellow on there? Got the pink on there. Okay, I do. Good deal. Okay. Now I got this one glued, so I just want to try and line it up too, so that everything lines up pretty well. It doesn't look too bad. So stick that down. So that's that. So that was fairly simple and easy to line that one up. And like I said, this is just a Cricut Design Space template. So super, super easy. You don't even have to think about it. I mean, you just follow the prompts. And I did modify the color scheme on this one a little bit, but not much. It's not too far off. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and score it. And I'm going to use my brayer and just run across there, get a good clean line on that is what I'll do. And then we'll go ahead and put our donut on the outside. And you could lift this if you wanted to. I didn't lift it, but I just laid it flat. But you could definitely do that. So I'm just going to run this right across there and stick it on there. Just make it super easy peasy, and then just kind of line it up. Do not worry. Kind of line it up as best as you can. It looks like I need to go over that way a little bit. And then push down. And there we have it. Super cute, super cute. Okay, so then on the inside, you've also got some more of that. You've actually got some layering going on here. I had it lined up, but as I stated, we had some of the confetti pieces that didn't pop out, so I'm going to use my Cricut tool and just pop them out real quick and easy. And then we'll just lay this one down, try and line it up. I'm going to use my tape piece. I'm going to get... not wanting to roll on me. I don't know if I'm running out or what. Yeah, I think I am running out. So we'll just get that. Get it laid down. All right. And then we'll line up our next one, which is going to go... I must have turned it. I did. Okay, so it's going to go this way. All right, I got my glue handy, so I'm just going to get my glue out because I ran out of that dot runner. So I like, the dot runner is not near as messy as the glue, so I do like using it, but we can use the glue. You can use whatever you have. Kind of messy, but making it work. And then lining those circles up just perfectly so that we have the blue showing through like it's supposed to. And then I'm just going to use my white glue again and just kind of get the edges of this. I'm going to try and be a little bit neater on this. I'm getting a little sloppy because I'm a little bit nervous. I've never done this before. First video. Anyway. And then we'll just line it up to where we have the blue sprinkles showing and the pink and the yellow sprinkles showing. And we have the inside of our card done. Super cute. Do not worry. We love our teachers. Super cute. Okay, and then we have an envelope for this one, and it's got the sprinkles, so it's a two-color thing. And we've got some sprinkles that need to be popped out of there. I see there's just a couple of them, so we'll just pull them out. Cut pretty good. It just needed to be pulled out. And then we've got the yellow that'll go inside of there so that we'll have the sprinkle will show through there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that in place. I think I'll just try and, like, glue's coming out thick. It's going to be messy, I think. Just going to have to kind of do the edges and like that. Try and line that up a little bit. Needed to wipe that off, really. Okay. So we'll just line this up so that our sprinkles will show, and make sure we're in line with all of the scoring, so that'll be pretty good. So the next thing we're going to do is flip it over. We're going to score our edges. Very nice. I'm going to use my brayer to give me a good clean edge. Tuck this in. I'm going to turn this over so I can see the line. I don't know if you can see it or not. I know my lighting's not very good in here. I've got some kinks to work through. Just going around, and then I'll do this inside piece and get it. And then we'll just glue it down just like that. That'll work real well. I think I'll go ahead and do this piece here first, and then I'll do this and this. Spread it around, spread it out a little bit. I know my gluing's messy. I just want to get it real good so it'll stick and stay stuck. So there we go. So now we have our envelope. I'm going to wipe that little bit of glue off of there. It should dry just clear. It usually does. So we have our Do Not Worry. We love our teachers. And our envelope that goes with it. Isn't that cute? Okay. So there we have it. Okay, so to recap on the 4 cards that we made, we've got this thank you pencil card insert. So you just put your Starbucks gift card in there, slide it in. Thank you. Very cute. Put your name on the back. Super cute. We've got the Jukebox card that we made for our teachers. Very cute. Lots of layers. Teachers rock. Looks like I need to pin that down, so I will. And then we've got our card that goes, or envelope that goes with it, that matches our card. Super cute. We've got our balloon thank you card that we ran through our spellbinders and done the embossing, a couple embossing folders on it. We changed it from bonjour to thank you. That was really the only modification we made from the Cricut design space. And then we have our Do Not Worry card, and we did modify it to say we love our teachers. So that's what we've got for our Teacher Appreciation Week. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it.